Hi everyone, welcome back. In the previous video, we learned how loops repeat code multiple times, but sometimes we need more control over loop execution. For example, stop the loop early or skipping a specific iteration. So this is where control statements like break and continue are used. Okay, in this video, we will see the control statements in Java, break and continue. Okay, so let's write the main method. Loops normally run until the condition becomes false. So sometimes we have to come out of the loop based on some other condition. So in that case, we use control statement. For example, if we have a loop, say for loop for int I equal to 1, I less than or equal to 10, I plus plus. So inside, if there is a set of block, I have to stop the loop earlier or skip certain numbers within 10, then I'll use control statements. So let's see this one by one. Let's start with break statement. So let's see what is break. The break statement is used to immediately terminate a loop. Okay. So when a break is executed, the loop stops immediately and control moves to the next statement after the loop. That is, after this block, whatever is remaining after this code will be executed. So let's see the syntax. So syntax is just a break here. Will be just a break and a semicolon. Okay. So this is the syntax for break statement. And let's see how do we use this with example. So here I'll just print I. Okay. So what happens here? I is 1 and if it's less than or equal to 10, I'm printing here. So it prints 1 to 10, right? Yeah. So this is how it prints, but I have to execute only 5 till 5. Okay. So what I'll add here? So print this, but if I is equal to 5, then break. Okay. So if I run this, it prints till 4 only. Let's debug this. I'll add here, and also I'll add a system.out.println end of program. Let's debug this and see. So initially I equal to 1 and this is false, so it just executes the print statement and then it increments by 1. 2 false and it increments by 1. 3 again 4 now becomes 5, and if I is equal to 5 true, and it comes inside the if condition, which is break there, and then it comes out of the loop because the break will terminate the loop. Okay. Now let's see what is continue statement. The continue statement skips the current iteration and moves to the next iteration. So remember that the loop itself does not stop. The iteration does not terminate like break. The continue will still continue with the next iteration and just skips the current iteration. So let's see this with example. So the syntax I'll quickly write. Before that, the syntax is similar to the break. So here we have to write continue and a semicolon. Okay. So now I have given break, right? Let's run this. So what happens? It prints 1 to 5, and whenever there is 6, it just comes out of the loop. Whereas if I give continue here instead of break, let's see what happens. Okay. So if you see here, all the numbers is printed except the 6. Okay. After 5, there is 7. Let's debug this and then see. Initially I is 1 and it prints. I is 2, it's false, it prints till 6, it prints like this. So once I is 6 now, it is true and it comes continue, and if you see after this continue, it will not execute the block of code inside the for loop, it just skips this block. So and starts checking for the condition. So in this case, It didn't go to the print statement, it just directly went to the 7, and then in other condition it comes to the print statement here. So again 8, 9 and then 10. Okay, once it is 11 it comes out of the loop. Okay, so this is how the continue works. So continue will skip the current iteration and will continue the next iteration. Okay, it just goes to the update statement immediately. Okay, here I am just giving basic examples to make it clear, but let's see where we use this continue. I have to print only odd numbers and not even numbers. So in that case, what I have to do, I have to skip all the even numbers, right? Because I have to print all the odd numbers which are not divisible by 2. Mod 2 equal to 0, then I'll skip, I'll not print. So let's run this in debug mode. So initially I is 1 and the condition is false because I is not even, so it will not come, it will print I. 1 it will print, comes 2, 2 is true, so it goes to continue and it will not print because it skips all the execution, and then it goes to the condition directly and increments it by 1, which is 3. So same, 4 true and 5 false it prints, whereas 6 it skips, 7 prints, 8 skip, 9 it prints and 10 again skip. Okay, and then it comes to the end of the program. So if you see, it prints 1 to 9 all the odd numbers. Okay, I'll do a normal run here. Yeah, so 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, end of the program. So this is how we can print and continue the statement. So pause the video here and let me know how do we print even number using continue, and write down your answer in the comment section below. Okay, so remember, only break stops terminates the loop, whereas continue will skip only one iteration here. Okay, so interviews can ask what is the difference between break and continue and where it is used. So break terminates the loop, whereas the continue will not. It just skips the current iteration and moves to the next iteration. This is the main difference. Okay, so let's quickly recap what we learned today. In this video, we learned how break stops a loop and how continue skips an iteration and when to use each one. So far we learned basics of Java. So let's move to the core Java part, which is arrays and strings. In the next episode, we will learn array, which allows us to store multiple values in a single variable. Thanks for watching.